Hello and welcome to part 5 of my Norsca campaign. So we left off, we were advancing east towards the territory of the, see if I can recall their name, the Nagfarlins. Now the Nagfarlins' main army is actually over at Winter Pyre, and it's quite seriously depleted as we can see, so it's going to be quite an easy win for us. The question is, where is Frog? And Frog is the leader of the Winter 2 faction. So he's not at their main settlement. So I presume he's down near Cracker Drak, because they are at war with Cracker Drak, which I believe is about here. Or is it? I'm pretty sure it's in this area. So if he's anywhere, I would assume he's around this sort of place. Anyway, let's begin pushing up. We want to take out these guys, grab their territory of Mountains of Hell, and then try and take down Frog himself. Now we've got a lot of territory, but we've still got problems with income, which isn't great. We really need to start raiding. Oh, we've got a skill point to use for Felman. So let's give him, I think Surf has Indulger, so we'll give Felman Drink of Blood just to be a little different. Now, do we want to recruit some more units? Or maybe we should build up our treasury a little more. We'll leave it for now. So let's end the turn and let's see what this army does. Okay, they've moved on a little. Small population. Let's push right up. Now I want to take a look at my settlements in a moment. I also want to add this sorcerer into the army, so we're going to have to lose one of these units. We'll drop one of these axemen. So we can add Kyle. I'll just call him Kyle. Kyle will do. And we'll go after this guy, Lamont, next turn. So let's take a look at our settlements. The Ice Drake, I'm pretty sure, I think it might have been the last part, I wanted to upgrade the main settlement up to level 3. I accidentally selected Doom Keep. So that's something I screwed up on. But it's not too bad, we did want to get these upgraded anyway, so let's build another fur stash for the income. And as you can see, we need more money. Okay, let's end the turn there. Okay, rare metal. Do we want minus 15 speed, minus 10 armor? Well, I think I'd rather have the minus speed than armor, especially if we're going to be fighting a couple of large battles. So we'll go for the minus 15% speed. Okay, let's go into normal stance and let's attack. Okay, he's retreating, but he's not going to get away. Okay, Lamont, he's got some berserkers, spearmen, but I think we'll just auto-resolve this one. Nothing we haven't seen before. Bit more cash, which is helpful. Bit more experience. So let's get some more cash. Okay, so that is their leader down. It's got a leadership bonus, which is nice. So let's force these guys to confederate.
My warhounds haven't eaten in day.
Okay, so that just leaves Wintertooth and the Goromadni tribe. And then that will be all of Norsca. Okay, so that gets us control of these regions. We don't need to build these here, so we'll demolish these. Keep that in place. And let's upgrade Wolfric. Oh, not Wolfric. Kyle. Kyle has a skill point. Let's give him his first spell, Searing Doom. Now let's push up and search for Frog. So we're going to assume that he's near Krakadrak. Spin around. Yep, and there he is, laying siege. 13 units. I bet he's got some trolls in that army. Probably a couple of units. Okay, they have a single general unit. Not a great garrison, so I guess the question is, do we let Frog attack, weaken his force, and then sweep in? It's not very honourable, but I don't think we really care about that. Well, let's see what happens. Let's end the turn. Okay, Krakadrak has gone down. We've got our bonus to missile damage and ammunition. Another first stash for a bit more cash. So the treasury is slowly building back up. Okay, let's grab the melee defense and attack from Marauders. I think we'll do this one next and then go into Monster Hunt. So this would be good for when we're sacking and raiding. Yeah, well, we'll unlock this and then we'll probably start pushing down this tree a little when we know exactly where we're going. Britonia, Empire. Okay, let's move down a little towards Frog. There he is. His force is weakened, look down to 7 units. Okay, we got a bit of cash, so let's see what we can build. Do we want to boost Surfer's army now, or shall we go for some buildings first? I've been waiting to upgrade that stables, so, or actually probably best to do the main settlement. I mean, it's pretty much all our cash, but I want to get that smithy built so I can get some of the additional units. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so let's see where he's going to move. He can't move that far. I imagine he's going to try and get back to Winterpine to replenish. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to head that way, but I've blocked his path. Peace between Marienburg and Britonia. Marienburg, Redfall and Beastmen. So they've got some Beastmen issues down in Marienburg. Small population is nice, but it's time to deal with Frog. And I was hoping to have a slightly more epic battle with Frog. And this is going to be, well, maybe not a walkover. He's got some troll units and some ice wolves. He's probably got some ice trolls in there, I imagine, somewhere. But yeah, I mean, this is about we're going to win, but I would have liked a more challenging battle against Frog. He's weakened, he's depleted. There he is, he's hopping away. But he's not going to get away. So this doesn't seem very fair. But we're going to fight it out, and we won't auto-resolve because Frog has actually retreated from the first engagement, which means when we beat him he's going to drop, and because we've seen with the other Norscan leaders, if they die in battle then we can't, they don't join our faction, so when we defeat Frog here he will be gone from the campaign for good. So that's unfortunate. That's something I'd like to actually see changed. You know, get the option to recruit him again later maybe, or maybe they do, but I don't think it will. We didn't get the option with the other chieftains, so could be different with Frog. Well, we'll see. We'll have a look after the battle. Okay, so it's going to be, like I said, we're going to fight this because I want to see Frog in action. And we get a chance to use some spells for the first time in the campaign, which is nice. Although the bombardment spell I got, the can't remember what it's called, but they're never that effective really. It's the buffs and the debuffs that are the best spells in this game, at least as far as I'm concerned. Ones which give bonuses to attack, defense, or morale penalties. They are very strong, very useful. Of course they're not very spectacular to look at, but they are very powerful. Although it does seem that in Warhammer 2 they've kind of boosted the damage spells and the vortex spells a little more, so they tend to be a bit more handy. Okay, we won't gamble, we've got quite a lot of magic there, and we've only got one spell anyway. Okay, so they are set up at the bottom. Can't see Frog yet. So I guess, well, if we can push up onto this hill we'll have the high ground here, so that's what we'll do. So let's get our javelins. Have a front line. Now they're going to have some trolls, so we're actually going to put our spearmen in the middle. We have a couple of these marauders on the flank. A couple of our more regular marauders, and we're going to put our regiment of renown just at the front. Skinwolves on the right flank and our chariot unit on the left, just in front of our marauders. We'll keep our sorcerer at the back and old Wolfric at the front because he has to lead from the front. Okay, let's start the battle and push up. Now they may, because they can't see me either, as you can see. I'm hidden as well. They might push up to try and get us into range. Let's let our chariots move up, see if we can spot what's going on. Okay, there they are. And there is Frog. Looks like they're going to reform. Let's have a little zoom in on Frog. He's got a little crown on his tooth. Okay. So our Skinwolves have come out the woods just over here. Looks like they're going to start pushing up. Okay, let's bring everyone to a halt. Looks like he shot some weird kind of cloud at me there. I don't know what that was. Let's swing our chariots around. Let's get those on skirmish. I'm not sure what wolves and skinwolves, ice wolves versus skinwolves, so that could be interesting. Okay, they're really getting stuck in. So let's get our spearmen. And of course we're fighting in the forest, which I am not a fan of. So where is Frog? Over here. Let's get Wolfric on him. Let's get those spearmen in. Let's get these javelin guys back. Get those berserkers in on the trolls, not the best matchup. And let's get these chariots. Swing around and get stuck into those guys. Skinwolves are doing well, that's good. Let's get our other marauder units around. Target those. These trolls are beginning to break. Need to pull these guys out because they're taking quite a big hit. So let's swing these guys around that they're bringing in some reinforcements for Frog. Come on, Wolfric. It's time to get stuck in. Okay, they're winning. It's good. Let's back them up though with some great weapons. In comes Wolfric. Getting nice and stuck in there. So some of those skill points we've been putting into him are going to pay off. Ooh, that was one of our guys, I think. And that guy just lost an arm. Okay, can't watch this all day, we've got to keep an eye on the battle. Those wolves are coming back in. Let's push these javelin guys up a little so they can, if any do return, they can get pelted. So let's bring our chariot around, and these as well. Try and swing into the back of those berserkers. Frog is starting to break.
We need slaves! Wolfric the Wanderer, not all!
In come the chariots, and that's got to be about it.
Bash their heads in! Drinking!
Yep, there we go. That final charge broke what's left of them. Nice easy victory. I feel a little bad, it's a little too easy. Would have liked a slightly more epic battle against Frog, but there he goes. He's off. I won't hunt him down. It wouldn't be right. So it's a little anticlimactic. I was hoping for a slightly bigger fight against Wintertooth. But we got some more ranks. Our berserkers have gone up one rank. They've moved up into silver. Those guys are doing really well. But we still only really have this single army. We really need to start getting more income. So we can get another stack, so we can do more raiding, which will earn more income. Frog did 42, did a decent job, did what he could. So it'd be interesting I'm slurring my words now. It's very late. So it will be interesting to see if we can recruit Frog, because he is a playable leader, but I don't think we will, which is a shame. Decisive victory. Some more cash, which is nice. Potion of speed. And a rank gained. So, replenish or more cash. I'm tempted to replenish because we do want to keep pushing southwards. We'll replenish. Composure Speed, Troll Hunter trait for defeating Frog, bonus versus large, and weapon strength.
Where's my next?
So let's improve his melee attack. And let's get Wintertooth to Confederate.
Don't care who you are! I smash your face in!
There we go. Okay, so we've got control of the Mountains of Hell now. So let's take a quick look at what we can build. We probably can't build much because of our cash situation. So we'll want to get some Warhound kennels. Yes. So we'll use this as our second recruitment region in addition to the Ice Tooth. So that gives us pretty good coverage for recruiting all throughout Norsca. So I don't think... Can we take Krakadrak? You can only colonise ruins in Norsca and coastal settlements. So this doesn't count as part of Norsca. So that's interesting. So I'm assuming this whole region is... I wonder if this... Does this not count as Norsca either? Because this is a Norscan tribe. Yeah, they are a Norscan tribe, so presumably this does count as Norsca, but because this is dwarf territory, this doesn't. So that's yeah, your race cannot wreck. Okay. So we're going to push south then and go after this guy, Olaf Hilmarsson, which I think is the faction leader. There he is. We take this guy out, we have secured Norsca. So yeah, that's pretty good for what, maybe 25 turns? If, you know, presuming we win. We won't build any more yet with Surfer. Let's end the turn. Disappeared at the Tower of Crack. Okay, so we can attack. He's got 16 units. And a pretty decent garrison. This could be a tough fight. But we've got a sorcerer, we've got some renown. We might be able to lure him out, so I wonder if we can start raiding his territory. But then we'll have winded vigour in battle, that's not so good. So let's push up a little. So that's the range of the settlement, this line here. So if we can just stay outside of that, he might... We really want to try and bring him to us so we don't get the garrison dragged into the fight. Okay, if he doesn't attack, we will attack him. So, this could be interesting. This could be a tough fight. I really want him to come to me though. Okay, what's he going to do? Okay, Nordland, what do you want? Probably to declare war.
Nice and thick.
Yep, they've declared war. Yeah, they come. And oh no, their garrison is within range. So they outnumber us. Got some axe infantry, some spearmen, that's all part of their garrison. So the garrison doesn't really concern me too much. They have Marauder Horsemasters. That's a lot of cavalry. And they have for me, I've not seen these yet. Armoured armour, piercing armour, sundering. More horsemen. Well, we got a lot of spearmen to deal with those horsemen, but these are ranged spearmen. This could be a tough one. Question is, do we fall back? If we fall back, they'll lose the support of their garrison if they follow us. Of of course, if we fall back and we lose the fight, we lose Wolfric. That's the dilemma. But okay, we're going to fall back and we're going to see if they follow us. Here they come. Okay, that makes it a little more in our favour, just slightly, but it's better than having two armies to go up against. So here we go. This is the battle to decide the fate of Norsca. If we win this battle, we will essentially just control all of Norsca. So everyone's got to put in a good shift. I mean, we've got unit veterancy on our side in this fight. They've got cavalry, but we've got spearmen. They've got the Thamir, but we've got the skin wolves. So I'm confident, and they're going to be coming at us, which, you know, is the first time we've had to fight a defensive battle in this campaign. Which is going to be interesting because, you know, Norsca seem quite an offensive army. So we're going to be a bit more defensive in this fight. So we can make them come at us, we can fight on our terms. Which I think we're going to need to with all of this cavalry they've got. But if we can lure them in, I mean, we've seen our javelins decimate units of cavalry. So let's gamble and hope we get lucky. Okay, that's not the best sign, but it's fine. Okay, let's have a look at the terrain. There's a large hill, so we really want to make life difficult for their cavalry. So I think we should set up just in front of this forest, so we can probably hide some of our units. And we don't have a great height. Well, we have a bit of a height advantage here. Yeah, so they'll probably try and swing their cavalry around that way a bit. Anyway, let's get our spearmen and put them just on the flank there. Just in case they do try and get their cavalry around behind us, and they'll be hidden, some of those. So we're going to have to build a front line out of everything else. So let's get some of our marauders there. Let's get our regiment of renown. Our berserkers. Let's get a nice line of... Actually, let's push all of these guys up just a little. So they can be in reserve, they can push in, because I'm not sure how well these guys will last. So let's get Wolfric just behind the lines for now. And our sorcerer as well. Okay, what else have we got? We've got our chariots. So maybe we should hide these out of the way for a moment. We don't want them too far from our lines, but... let's put them down there. They should be out of sight down there. And our skin wolves, we might be able to get a charge in from down here, so we'll put them down in that forest. Let's start the battle. And let's put everyone on guard mode. Here they come. Let's take a look at these units. Marauder horsemen. Haven't seen these guys yet. Those guys look a little big for their horses. The horses probably aren't too happy. What else do we have? Where are those Thamir that I've heard about? Thamir warriors. I think that's how you say it. Okay, let's put that on slow-mo so we can have a look at them. So there's some creepy looking dudes. Oh, they're moving out of sight. That's why they're disappearing. It's not a glitch. They're moving out of visibility. Okay, so they can see us now. So my skin wolves aren't hidden though, that's a bit of a problem. Should I speed it up? So let's put our skin wolves back up here. cav is going around to the right. All of it is going around to the right. It's moving very quickly.
Chaos comes.
So let's swing that unit around. Maybe push these guys back into the trees more, give them a bit of cover. So we're going to need to watch these flanks. Okay, those for me are their monstrous infantry. That could be tricky. Wonder if we can lure them out with our chariots though. We'll see where they go. Okay, the cav are pushing up.
Chaos marauders. We need food.
Okay, they're all pushing up. All right along the line. Okay, they've gone in with those. So no, they haven't yet. They're attacking. So let's try and drive this cav off with our chariots. And there's Olaf coming in, so we're going to get Wulfric straight in on him. Might as well use our potion. And let's send these units into the fight. And get the Famir in as well. Swing these guys around the back. Okay, we've got to watch this cavalry. This could be a problem. Send our skinwolves in. They're probably not the best unit to use. So we want to make sure all our javelins are firing. So let's get a couple on those. Let's get a spell down as well on some of these units. Here it comes. Looks very impressive. Probably won't actually do much damage though. Okay, let's get those guys. Throw some javelins down there. Okay, Wulfric. Okay, their lord is already beginning to break, which is good for us. Let's target those Famir with our javelins. Get those spearmen in from behind. Now what is our chariots doing? So it looks like they dealt with one of their cav units. Skinwolves are losing that melee, so we might want to pull them back. They have pushed the cav back a little, so let's get our spearmen out of the trees a bit more. Move these guys up as well. Okay, they are getting shredded. So let's send a bit of help for those. Get those spearmen in on those. Okay, let's use our magic boat because we haven't really used that much, have we? Seafang. Here it comes. Should punch a nice hole. Okay, they're retreating. So let's get one of these spearman units back. This flank isn't doing too hot. We really need to get these javelins firing. Pull the skinwolves back. Wulfric is still getting stuck in. Can we get another spell off? Yes we can. Let's target those hunters, that being no problem. Our chariots are still doing a good job, but they've been attacked by those guys. So let's get some support. Let's target those horsemen. Let's push those up there. Okay, it's starting to turn in our favour, but those cavalry are still going to be an issue. But okay, their lord has gone down. That's going to help. Okay, let's pull back our spearmen. Okay, their main line is pretty much broken. It's just these battles on the flanks we need to watch out for. Okay, our javelins are doing a good job of dealing with their cavalry though. Okay, these guys are routing, but the unit is still alive, so we shouldn't lose it. Okay, let's keep pushing those guys up. Put the spearmen behind. Okay, let's try and get rid of those horsemen as well. Push the javelins up a little. They're in the trees, which is making it difficult. Okay, we're doing some good damage though. So we've got the advantage of the height. Okay, I think they're all breaking, that is it. So, fairly tough fight, but we managed it quite well. Yes, we use slow-mo a lot, but you know, I do like to sweep in for some cinematic shots, which isn't easy to do when it's at full speed. Still a good fight, and these guys have returned, which is nice. So we should not lose them. I mean, they've only got 5 left, but that should be enough to replenish. So I don't want to lose these guys. They've been with us from the start, and they're a good unit. Close victory, yeah. Fair assessment. 60 kills for those guys, 59 for our Regiment of Renown. Spearmen didn't do that great. Yeah, everyone did a solid job. The cavalry didn't actually do... They weren't as effective as I thought they would be, so... But we used the trees well. Used our height advantage well. I think if we'd fought that against the garrison as well, we probably would have... Well... I don't want to say I would have lost it, but it would have been a lot tougher. We probably would have lost a lot more men. But most of our army is still intact. You know, that should replenish. It's going to take a few turns. But we haven't lost anything, so that's good. And when we get back to the campaign map, we should be able to then confederate. Now, as I said, I'm guessing this is still Norscan territory, so... But they own a settlement which is one of the dwarf settlements, I think. Or in that same region. So that's going to be interesting. So, a lot of loot for that, which is nice. Another rank gained. Okay, let's replenish. Doesn't do much for our... Oh, we actually want to let's get the treasury. So he's retreating. Physical resistance 10%. Regiment of Renown, Beasts of Tashnar. Trustworthy. Well, that's not a way... Yeah, I wouldn't use that word to describe him, but income from all buildings plus 5%, I will take it. That is a very helpful trait right now. So Nordland have declared war on us, of course. We withdrew, but then we won the battle following that. So our sorcerers leveled up as well. But let's see about confederating with these guys.
A timely arrival. My warhounds have not eaten it.
Okay, so we've confederated with them. So we can actually still hold this settlement, which I'm not even going to try and say that name. Oh, because it's a coastal settlement. Okay, that's why. So we now got this Eric Bone Spear. Oh, and we got some Vermeer, which is very nice. We didn't have those before, so of course our treasury is just taking a big hit again. Okay, so we're going to cut this down a little. You might as well keep these units because they're throwing axes. What's the difference with those? Okay, well we'll have a look at those next time, I think, because we're going to have to leave this part here because we're probably already pushing more than 40 minutes or so. But yes, we've successfully, within 25 turns, united Norsca beneath Wulfric the Wanderer. So the question is, where do we go now? But we will look at that in part 6. Part 6? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. So, until then, I will see you next time.